Focus on. What's the message of your show?
Know thyself.
Know thyself. See, she told you again, know thyself.
Know thyself. Do not be swayed to the left or the right.
Stick to it.
Stick to who you are. Know your who-ness.
That's right. How long did you start the show?
I started the show, we're in our 3rd season, so we started in February of this year.
Beautiful, beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful.
But it's pretty much talking to successful people like yourself.
Oh, Lord, thank you, thank you, thank you,
People
thank
who are
you.
masters in their field
their craft.
and in their craft and listening to their journey.
Yes,
Many,
yes.
if not every person who has been on my show has reinvented themselves. Not once, not twice.
Sure, please, girl. Oh, Lord.
Several times.
Don't get me started on that one.
Several times.
You know,
Yeah.
it's amazing, Dee, because I'm sure you have heard it over the years, and more so now on your show, because everybody sit out there and they think, oh, they have it made, they're lucky.
No
they are
such thing as luck.
overnight success.
No such thing.
Some people overnight took 40 years,
I'm telling you.
and some people get 50 years, and they're still just doing it, but it's persistence.
Absolute persistence.
Persistence. You cannot give up.
Absolute. It's the caterpillar
you
to
cannot.
butterfly. Every time you change and reinvent. You're in your cocoon, you're doing your thing. Nobody knows how many years it took you, how much pain
You went through.
you went through, because we know that pain births a lot of purpose. How many books you had to read, what you had to study, what you had to relearn, what they see is a butterfly.
The butterfly.
Yes.
Oh,
and they're like, look at her.
Look at her.
Look at her.
They see the eagle soaring.
Yes,
And
yes.
they don't know how many times you got pushed out of that.
Absolutely.
And pushed out of that and
Pushed out of your nest. Yes. So it's really been wonderful talking to wonderful people like yourself and listening to their journey. And the journey is always the same.
Yes.
They understood that they were connected to source.
Yes.
They all went through something rough, and they all had to go to a place where they knew themselves,
Yes.
and then they reemerged
That's right.
over
That's
and
right.
over again.
That's right. That's
You know,
right.
It's beautiful.
Have you ever had any episode that stuck with you? You went home and you just couldn't shake that episode because the message resonated with you and it stuck with you, and it's like you go through your week, you go, because your show is on what, Tuesdays?
Thursdays
Thursdays.
and Fridays.
And you go through the weekend into the new week and you're still thinking about it. It's just lingering on you.
There's one show that stuck with me that was in season 2, and it was with Ashe Amen-Ra. Ashe Amen-Ra is the Danbury African drummer. He's head of the Department of African Drumming at the Danbury Music Center here. And he was made famous for his bout with anthrax. He was the man who shut down Padanaram Road for 4 months. And when he told his story, I could not believe it. When I look back at the tape, my mouth was like,
I didn't even know that happened. Isn't that something?
yes, that happened, I don't remember, several years ago. But what had happened, he said, he's a drum maker. He orders goat skins from Africa. He said one night he was there sanding down his thing, and it was soon after 9/11 and anthrax scares and all this stuff was happening. So he was saying that there's a small amount of anthrax that naturally occurs in the skins of animals.
Really? And look, in Jamaica we use, you know.
We've never heard of that.
We never heard of that, but they use the goat skin to make the drums.
Right, so he makes the same kind of
Oh,
drums.
Lord, yes.
So he said he had a big order, and he stayed up all night,
trying to finish
past
up.
midnight, late in the night, filing down and doing his stuff to make this big order. He said he used to do all his work in an old horse shed, and he worked late, felt proud of himself, stood back, looked at his work. Yes. And he said, he went outside and he said, I'm going to close the door and I'm going to put a rock behind the door, because he said the horse shed had a little opening that would swing out. So he wanted to make sure no critters came in and scratched up his stuff.
Yeah.
Like there were the raccoons and stuff would come in. And he said, Dee, as soon as I reached down to grab the rock to secure my client's order, a spider bit me. And I said, what? And he said, that spider bite introduced the anthrax that was from the
skin,
powder
the
and the
goat.
shavings from the skin that was on your hand. He's like, look, if you bathe, it's fine. If you bathe, you wash it off, nothing happens. It's a 1 in a million chance.
Wow.
But the fact that he got bitten
Enter into the bloodstream.
caused the particles of anthrax from the goat skin to enter his body.
Bloodstream.
Oh my God. So
Wow.
he said as soon as that happened, the pathway he took upstairs through his house to take a shower was now a big issue, and the FBI and every eye and the police and everybody, every person you can think of. He said apart from the CIA, everybody else was there. And his house, I remember because I have to pass his house to get to my house. It was covered in this giant tarpaulin. There were helicopters, there were police. We were told not to drive that area for months.
Oh my heavens.
For months. For months.
Wow.
He was moved out of his house. He had to find somewhere else to live. His family with his four
Displaced just
children.
like that.
So I mean that stood out for me. And another thing he talked about his father, and I was asking him who were mentors in his life. He's like, you only need a mentor if you don't have a father.
Ooh, that is deep.
Oh, I said stop.
Only somebody
Who is
from a third world country could
relate.
give you that answer.
Oh my goodness.
Because that's the job of a father. That is deep.
And he is American. He's not. His wife is Jamaican.
Wow.
But he was born in the South. He's born in the South. He's a very deep man.
Yes.
He said, only someone who doesn't have a father needs a mentor. Because when that role of father is missing in your life,
that's right.
then we need
astray.
people. We need external mothers. We need external fathers to help nurture that
And
child
bold us
in
back.
us to bring us back. And he said, my father was a father.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So he molded him and prepared him.
That was very beautiful and very touching. So that's still one of the shows I remember.
Yes. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for sharing. Because